Cops paralyzed a man in an arrest over what? He was relieving himself, okay? He relieved himself, and for that, he's now paralyzed. Tell you who it's about, 21-year-old Keandre Green's spine crushed during a police encounter with authorities in Duncanville, Texas, when a woman called police after spotting Green urinating in an alleyway. Green had been jogging the morning of August 11th and reportedly had stopped in an alleyway to relieve himself. According to police, Duncanville police claim that officers on the scene did a computer search for Green before pursuing him. Discovered Green had a warrant for his arrest for a domestic violence charge. Green fled immediately on foot, according to police. Officers chased him. Once authorities captured and pinned down Green, he reportedly continued to resist arrest despite warnings from police that things could turn physical. Then Black Star with the reporting, be mindful of the police account. Brutal arrest it was. According to police department press release, an officer delivered 2 straight punches to Mr. Green's face, a tactic to end a potentially violent encounter. When they could finally cuff him, Green began complaining of back pain, prompting one of the officers to call for an ambulance. Green has been hospitalized in Charlton Methodist Hospital, where he and his loved ones hope for a full recovery. However, authorities say Green has been charged with attempted evasion and the initial crime he is suspected of having committed. He was relieving himself. And there was that outstanding warrant. According to the family, despite the claims of Green still being charged, he is not under any guard of police officers, nor is he handcuffed to the bed, which is standard operating procedure for patients under arrest while hospitalized. Let's show you the Duncanville Police Department Chief of Police, Mark Levigny. Spokesperson from the Duncanville Police said they may release body cam footage at a later date. I'd like to see it now. I'd like to see it now. Some of this, A.B., and it is, I'm sure your legal hat would say, well, you're speculating, and I am, but I'm speculating based on things that we've reported on before. He resisted when we could finally cuff him. Oh, it was just a tactic. You know, those blows, they called them 2 straight punches to Mr. Green's face. Did you see the picture here? And I don't know who called about a man relieving himself in an alley. It's not pleasant. I don't want to see it, but I don't need to waste the call. I don't need to waste the call on that, but that's just me. React to what we do know here.
Well, what we do know is that, in my opinion, the story's not adding up, right? Because again, I'm gonna look at the timeline, right? So first of all, how long does it take you to relieve yourself, right? To get out of an alleyway, to make a phone call, for the police to pull up, for them to look up your name in the computer. How are they able to look up your name, right? How long does it take the police to get there? How did you know who you were looking for? How did you know you had the right person when allegedly, this young man was running, right? Like minding his business. There's a lot of things to me personally that are like not adding up about the story, where I'm like, let's see the video. Right? Yeah. I need to see the video.
Yeah.
Just
and release
the timeline.
The timeline, you again, brilliant. Because it feels like you found all that out about the domestic violence warrant after the fact. And if someone is so dangerous that you need to chase them down for urinating, okay, you said you saw a crime and they're gonna charge him for it. So just, hey sir, need you to come back here. We don't do this around here. What's your name? Whatever, okay? Now you are, after the fact, looking for a reason for potentially paralyzing a man, okay? Resisting arrest before things could turn, really violent. It doesn't add up. You're right. Look at the photographs. And the fact that he's not handcuffed, not under guard right now, I think is interesting, because to do that to a quote unquote perp, I would think that you have to suspect he is a serious threat. So why aren't you doing that? Now, I wouldn't be surprised, A.B., if by the time this re-airs tonight, they might have so little integrity that they will actually go over there and station somebody there, because it's after the fact, this whole thing about making it make sense. Okay, how do we piece this thing together so we look good? They're coming up with all these statements. Where's the footage? You usually, if it were on your side, you show the footage.
Well, I mean, if there's something to hide, then obviously we don't want to do it right away, right? But I also would say, to be devil's advocate, right, in the interest of justice, to say, okay, let's let the police department look at the footage first and see what they see. I know that sometimes like certain things have to be redacted, right, for certain reasons, but I don't think it should be an issue, one, for the family to at least be able to see the body cam footage right away, not necessarily being released to the public right away, right? Especially sometimes considering how brutal this may look from the body cam footage, right? But I haven't had a chance to see this, and I don't know if it's been released, but I haven't seen the police officers and what they look like, right? And what their size is compared to this young man, because he looked kind of small to me. And so in relation to that, I would like to see that, and just how you even got to the point of where you had to chase this young man down, but you already had all his information. So
yeah,
again.
Yeah. And you mentioned the devil, and I sometimes I don't hear too good. I didn't know if you said for them to wait a minute till the police look at it or erase it. I couldn't quite hear.